Okay, so weirdly, according to this, update 24.2 was 2 hours ago. I'm going to take it something went wrong because you can see 13 minutes ago, it literally just turned over, hotfix 24.2. This is actually update 24.2 because there's no point 1 afterwards. This is just, that will probably be fixed. Now, this has of course brought the new frame with it, who should be Baruch, should be in here. Yes, another new Warframe. Not the one we were expecting today though. Today we were expecting a certain prime to arrive, and of course as I say that she goes, yeah, we were expecting a certain prime to arrive. Should still be coming later today. But of course that means we're going to get 2 new frames. Baruch's abilities do look pretty interesting, with his first being the dodge all incoming projectiles. As you can see, he's kind of phasing out. The second ability is a calming wave that slows enemies. The third one, summoning a bevy of orbiting daggers to seek out enemies. That sounds like another frame we had. Is she actually going to still be here? Yeah, not that long ago. Who has daggers that you charge and attack enemies. Doesn't work in the same way at all, of course. Alternate helmet. That just looks weird. Not what I meant to click on, by the way. And his fourth ability, from everything they said, it's going to be a rather interesting selection of abilities and interesting frame with the parts. Yeah. Purchased from the Vox Solaris, which leads us to something a little more interesting. If we head to Fortuna, which is what this is the second part. This is taking down the Prophet Takers, the giant spiders, the Orb Mothers. I can't, why is it not letting me? There we go. Skip this. Now, from everything I can find so far, there's an issue for this, and this has caused me a rather big issue in the past because I've apologised several times. I'll do it again. I did seriously mess up with titling of a video that had massive spoilers in it, and yeah, turns out that spoiler is more spoilering than you would think. Just quickly skipping that, you have to be old mate rank to start these. Just actually quickly checking on this. Yes, the requirement for this is the old mate ranking with Solaris United here, which means you need the max rank, and that's where the spoilers can come into play. Which, yeah, I learned my lesson very badly there. On one hand, yeah, okay, it was fairly interesting, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But I'm guessing it's all in this room, which the bounties are, and I will come back here, which is something I should have shown. You get the bounties from there, and it's this room around the back where Little Duck is. This, as you can probably tell, because now there is... Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually. I mean, okay, I wish the glare wasn't there, but this is where you have to come, and if I can... Why is it not letting me? There we go. I hope this doesn't do what I think it's about to do. Oh, okay, it doesn't. In theory, there should be more standing here. There is. There's not just the one level. There is more. Because there is a lot more rewards here than just the operator outfits that were available before. There are also new amps. And there's the Baruch parts inside of here. The systems, your optics, chassis are all inside of the Vox Solaris. You have to see Little Duck here, which is where we were getting to, but there is more amps. That's what, 1, 2, 3 new amps at least, as well as a lot more arcanes to go in here, The more interesting one I was looking for is there is also new operator stuff that goes with this. And actually, before we do go anywhere, in theory, yep, amp assembly. So you can assemble new amps here, remembering that the old ones do show up here. That's old, that's old, that's old, and that's old. So, ooh, that actually looks interesting. So I'll go with the second one in for these. Ooh. Nah, that's more status based, but damn, these actually look pretty good. Damage wise, ooh, 2,500 void, 600 void for the normal attack. That's quite interesting actually. There's 600 again. Nope, that's the same one. I'm leaving everything the same, just changing the prism. Wow, 54% crit chance with a 1,460. Yeah, okay. It's still got the same for the secondary, but the primary attack on this one has gone up a lot actually. What I was looking for was standing offerings. There are supposed to be, yep, Vent Kids based operator outfits that make you look like the operator, and obviously, nope, they're actually all available on fairly low-ish level stuff. But where are those goggles? There they are. So there's only two types of actual face. There's... okay, that actually looks pretty cool. A little bit better. I still think I prefer my eye patch than these, but you've got the arms, different legs. So you can kind of dress more vent kids than anything else. I'm also looking at the requirements for building these and thinking, wow, these are actually really heavy on the rarer resources. There are 3 new conservation animals, the Sorgar, these 3, I'll just throw an image here because finding them is just going to be a pain, which of course means they have those new, I don't even know the name of them, floofs? Keep calling them? Yeah, orbiter decorations. Then there is the new Archenbrunt style, the sword and shield based weapons anyway. And this looks kind of interesting, pretty decent attack speed, 100 total damage, very, very heavy on the status, but does actually look pretty nice with the shield that comes out from the sides there. And this is why I was saying the Archenbrunt, because that just looks like you're going to be going around hitting people with a leg you broke off one of those spiders on Fortuna. Well, or Vallis. Then there is the Exergus here, which looks like it has radiation, puncture, slash, and impact, and quite a nice amount of it at that. A fire rate that's pretty reasonable, and a magazine of 1. And again, very heavy on the status, and yet again, the blueprint is available from the marketplace, using some of these new items that you need to take on the... yeah, if you have to take on the Profit Taker to get these parts, well, you don't, he doesn't drop them. The bounties towards that does, which means you have to get to max rank with Solaris United to be able to get to the part to get the parts to build this thing. Same goes for the Plinks here. It uses parts from taking on the new bounties, which means you have to be max rank to be able to get this, and nothing really special about... ooh, it does have a 32% crit chance, but it is heat and puncture based. And finally, a new whip has arrived. What do you want to bet? The blueprints are there, but oh look, it needs some more of those items that are only available from taking on the new bounties. So why are these only mastery rank 6 when some of the things that you require for this are going to need you to be much higher mastery rank than that? Because you can still purchase these from the actual marketplace. That's why. This, also very heavy on the status. It seems that the secondary is the only thing that's good on the crit base. The rest of them are very status based. Electrical, puncture, slash, impact. Not amazing on any of them, but being a corpus based weapon does have the electrical effect. But even though there are again 4 new weapons. It's not the weapons or the new frame or that whole taking on the Prophet Taker, which we'll get to in a second. It's not even the Nidus Minxie helmet, whatever, that looks... If you just look through the gap on the face there, I wish that was at the back. But yet again, very Guyverish in the way that this has been done. Even the horn reminds me a lot of the Guyver. Not even down to Titania's new alternate helmet. They've snuck 2 alternate helmets in here in case you hadn't figured this out. Nidus and Titania's. That goes really well with the rest of her with the earpieces here. Very nice. If we take another look, we can actually see the operator outfits that you can kind of purchase as a group rather than try and go one by one, hence I kind of skimmed over them earlier. They're not bad. Probably one of the best things about this is this syandana. It's just a little box, and then it expands and you have these... That's not even wings, they're just kind of floating there, and that looks pretty cool. The way that they come out of there. Really like that syandana a heck of a lot. There is an armor set that looks just like this, and this is kind of a syandana that'll go with it. But from the image, looks like it's actually an armor set. No, it's a syandana, and a pretty nice looking one at that. And I did just spend the past couple hours working through that taking on the Prophet Taker, and it's actually quite an interesting process with the bounties and the slight little story beforehand, and I think I'll leave that for its own video, mainly because trying to edit that 2 hours of footage is going to be a nightmare just to grab the bit that you're watching at the minute. Not to mention the fact that for some reason I stopped recording instead of started recording, and my recording ended up inverted again, so I recorded the parts I didn't want and have the parts that I don't want. So actually taking down the Prophet Taker, I haven't got that. It's not there. I have to go back in and take it down again to get that footage, and I'm not doing that right now, considering by the time this actually goes live, Mesa Prime is probably available now. I've got an hour to do this before Mesa Prime drops, so we will probably cover her in a few hours after she's actually dropped, because now I have a very, very long list of things to do. Which, weirdly enough, is exactly what it's done. Channel and... no. Why is it not opening? Give me my gun. Aim glide. And it opens. And now it should close again. It's not closing. Oh, there it goes. That's what I was looking forward to with this. I know that it's a very weird thing to end this on, but... and there it is. It opens and it closes. It doesn't stay open, and in theory, aiming down sight, it should close. Aim down sight, and it's gone. That is what I was hoping this thing was actually going to do, and that's exactly what it does. So we'll leave this off here for now while I get back to lots of other things. Now realizing I haven't put this in invite only, so now I've got lots of people joining me, and I want to leave this before they actually get in here, otherwise I'm not going to be able to leave. Come on. Nope, too late. So we'll leave this off here for now while I find out what I'm going to now be doing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.